What's up, guys? We're gonna let people trickle in. Let everybody know we're having a stream. Yo, a yo, what's up, Dean, Jordan, John? Yo, what's up, Dean, Jordan, John? Big knowledge bombs. We're gonna let some people come in. We got 9 people on, 16 people on. Yeah, it's gonna be posted on my channel later. What's up, Joseph? Pen and paper ready? Better be, because we're about to drop a lot of knowledge. Okay, I'm still trying to see your guys' comments, so okay, let's start off with the first question from Desiree. Okay, it's about once you enter your pixel on Facebook, can you change it to a different pixel if you run 2 Shopify stores through one Facebook account? So you can. You actually, it depends. I recommend creating a business account from the get-go. So you should have a business account. So then you can create different ad accounts inside of that one, what's it called? You can have different ad accounts inside of that one account, right? So imagine you had a social media marketing company and you had 10 clients. You want to have 10 different ad accounts for those 10 different people. And for Shopify, let's say you had about 10 stores. You want to have 10 different pixels and 10 different ad accounts for those 10 different stores. There's things that like I'm going to get into later videos. Okay, there's a question, what's a pixel? We'll get into that. Well, there's a question. There's always that question where I'm gonna get into later videos how to share your pixel just in case your ad account gets deactivated and all those kind of things. But all of those things play a role, so you should have one different ad account for every single store. So then you have different pixels for every store because every store or ad account only gets 1 pixel. And then there's a question, what's a pixel? Okay, a pixel is a piece of code that gets embedded on your store from either Google, Facebook, or a bunch of other platforms. YouTube even has its own pixel that tracks a bunch of data. So people that come to your site, how much they spent on your site, what they bought, what page they were viewing, and all those things. Yep. Good thing I was able to answer your question. Everybody, please ask questions in the comments so I can answer any questions that you guys had. And like for anybody that's new that's come across my channel, we're gonna be having a live stream every Wednesday. And I'm kind of new to this, so I don't know exactly what times we're gonna be having a live stream and stuff like that. But I'm definitely gonna try to have one consistent every Wednesday. We're gonna have an established time soon enough. I really appreciate everybody watching. There's 23 people in here, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, we're going to be dropping a lot of content on YouTube. We're going to be posting Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I just heard a noise. And live stream Wednesdays. So 4 days a week, there's going to be new content and new stuff. Okay, John has a question. What's better to start off for? Marketing and if your budget, I think he means if your budget's low. Okay, Facebook ads or IG influencers. I've talked about in prior videos. I recommend completely 100 million, whatever number you guys want to talk about, percent that you start with Instagram influencers. I'll tell you why. So for Instagram influencers, for example, let's say you went to a page that had 100,000 followers and he said just per se he wanted $100 for that shout out. That's a flat fee. You know exactly what you're getting into. For example, you can know right away if like the first 24 hours, you'll know if it's a winner or not. So you'll move on to the next. But for example, if you don't have deep pockets and you're diving into Facebook, you might lose money for 2 weeks and might not know if that third week was the week that you made $5,000 in sales, right? So if you have money to test with, go with Facebook. If you don't have money to test with and you want to start out and get data for your pixel, so you can create lookalike audiences and start out. That's a strategy I would use and go towards IG influencers. What are some of my go-to apps? First of all, I'm going to be making a video about all the apps and I'm going to be making a list and everything for free on my store. So on my channel, I'm going to have a link in one of my descriptions or one of the videos that's coming out soon of all the apps I use. All the apps that I use, they start from, I use TriFunnels, which is a funnel app. I can't remember off the top of my head all the apps I use. I don't use Oberlo, which is kind of crazy. Everybody thinks I'm crazy for that. But I don't have so many products and I did so much product research that I don't need Oberlo to import hundreds of products. Because as if you've seen, I do not recommend having a bunch of products on your store that have no relation to each other, or they're just a bunch of products that you haven't done your research on. You don't know what audience they're catered to and all that stuff. You're just adding everything just from bracelets and stuff. Like I've seen people with 200, 300 products and they haven't sold one. What's the point of that? First of all, your store's cluttered. You don't look legitimate. Like people want to see key products and related to products, because at the end of the day, we're not brands that the stores we're building. We're not Nike, we're not Under Armour, we're not Adidas. We don't spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars yearly on advertising to create a brand where somebody's going to type in your store name in Google and just start shopping through the catalog, add things to cart like I do on Nike.com or I do on Adidas.com, and just shop, check out. We're not those brands. So we direct traffic to our sites, surprise traffic, or warm traffic if it's through Instagram influencers. But if there's ads, it's interruption traffic. So we direct that kind of traffic, which leaves us, they get to the product page. They should never leave your product page. That's the one thing. They should never leave your product page. Has a discount timer, and I put in, okay, so I hope I answered that question. Facebook ads. Yeah, definitely use the IG influencers. It's a lot easier and it's a lot less stressful. That's what I used. So if a product is in AliExpress, has a discount timer, and I put it in my store on discount, does anything change when the discount is over? Hopefully my question makes sense. I think you should account for profit and your profit margins before that. So you should account for, you want a set amount of profit, so maximum how much profit you'll make, and your margins, you set them accordingly so you don't have issues like that. Because they're just trying to put that urgency in your head, just how we put that urgency. One app I would use to build urgency is Hurify. So I'm gonna be putting that in one of my videos. I'm gonna link all those apps that I use and all that stuff. Hey bro, what if I have one specific product I want to sell, like an illustration, which I can put on to different products, posters. Is there anything you can say about this? I would recommend one app. It's called Pillow Profits. It's an app that I actually used on my store. I don't use it currently because it didn't work necessarily for my niche, but it might actually be the best for you. You can print products on canvases, shoes, sweaters, pillows, almost anything you could think of that you would want to sell. And shipping is actually, I think they're from a Chinese supplier or a US supplier. It takes about 2 weeks, so your shipping's perfect. Margins are amazing, and they're quality products. Masood, I hope I answered your question. And Johnny, I hope I answered your question too. Young Kidda, you already know. Countdown deal. What's your opinion on running ads to non-speaking English country? Okay, so it depends where you're targeting and marketing to. So if you're going to be running Facebook ads to, let's say, for example, India, India actually has a lot of English speaking people. What's a country that doesn't speak? Okay, let's say China, a non-English speaking country, like majority does not speak English. I would recommend not putting, unless you're fluent in that language, I would not recommend making ads in that language. Hi, Zach, you talk about start with, instead of Facebook, a general store with influencers should I go after? If you have a general store, which I don't recommend starting out, unless you know that your product is a winner, is that you should go after, like, let's say you have a niche store, you're able to go after one category, but if you have a general store, I would target only one specific product and make your store built around that product and then build off of that. 629,000 followers, 3,000 likes, but only 50-ish comments per post. Is it worth to pay 50? You never know. You might just want to test that since it's not too bad, but that is pretty low engagement, but you should try and test it out. Try to negotiate with them because at the end of the day, they're human beings too, and they're looking for money, so you want to negotiate. How much should I spend with them? Wouldn't it be cheaper to start with an FB, with ask for $5, then dropping huge money with an influencer? Yeah, but that $50, it's a test, so that $50 you could spend and see return, see some kind of return, and they're your targeted niche, so you don't have to go find your target audience and test to find your audience. But if you have the money to test $5 a day for multiple days, keep going, and not see return, then you could go with Facebook ads if you know what you're doing targeting wise. What if you want to test a product if it's a winner but want to pay the least amount of money? You should negotiate with JobJob. You should negotiate with Instagram influencers. They are negotiable prices. You could tell them that you want to do a test trial so you can build a relationship later on. That's how I did with a lot of my influencers. Now I've kind of established myself in the influencer realm. So a lot of them know that I mean like good business, that I know what I'm doing, and that I know pages are fake or not. So all those things play a role also. Gotcha, Johnny. I did when I started out to build my pixel. I did do free plus shipping offers. I still do them sometimes depending on what kind of product I'm selling, but recently I haven't been doing them. I've been trying to raise my average order value. So I've been putting them through a funnel where upsells, so I'm making more money in the back end than the front end. Remember that. Would you suggest starting to choose a product? It depends. I think you should choose what niche because I feel like every niche makes money, but more niches are saturated than others. But at the end of the day, you finding a product that sells is kind of going with the trends and establishing your footprint in yourself first, or just marketing better than people that are already in that category. April Wilson, yep, upsells are actually super important. Like, if you want to make money in the back end, I completely, 100,000,000, whatever number percent, tell you to use and utilize upsells, especially if you're starting out. You should put them through a funnel so you have a free product, free plus shipping, where you make $6, $5, $4. Even if you break even, it's cool. But in the back end, your funnel's so amazing that you make the majority of your money through the back end. I was actually making a lot of money that way. Junior, that's horrible. Yeah, it could be horrible. It's about it's Herify. I think that's the one you're talking about. Conversion funnel percentage instead of it decreasing as it goes down to purchase percentage. It depends where your traffic's coming from. If you don't have 100% targeted traffic, especially on Instagram, a lot of the traffic does bounce unless you know exactly what you're doing. But there's not something exactly that will increase your funnels unless you know exact, because there's a lot of drop off. If your abandoned cart rate is high, that means might be something with your abandoned cart. There might be a surprise, because at the end of the day, you don't want to surprise the consumer and the customer. From the US and don't have Shopify payments. I know there's way to checkout. You could do PayPal Express. You can have PayPal. There's a bunch of them. You should Google them. There's a bunch that don't require a lot of information and will let you use them. Jack Lynette found another influencer with 66,000 followers and about 7,000 likes, 500 plus comments for $15. Make sure those comments are coming from actual people and they're not just other accounts trying to boost this account, because there's a lot of influencers that do that. They have these little groups and algorithms. Do you think I can earn $100? I think you could earn a lot more than $100 a day. At one point, I went to 20 something, $2,200, $2,300 a day consistently without utilizing anything but Instagram influencers. So it is completely possible and easy. How can you tell? You should look at the activity if you want to know, April, what the activity is and if it has a lot of robot followers or not. What college degree can help the most in this part of business? I don't think a college degree necessarily will help at all in this. Like, they won't teach this. Like, absolutely. Like, I'm a student. I'm going back to school because I finish things that I start. Like, it's just one of those things that I'm about. Like, but there's no degree specifically that I think that could ever prepare you for anything like this. Finding a mentor would probably be your best shot. How do I build Instagram from scratch? Thank you. Okay, so if you wanted to build an Instagram account, I actually want and starting to build Instagram accounts. If you're interested in building Instagram accounts and want to build your own Instagram account, there are actually a couple softwares that I know a couple of my friends, a couple of my partners use that have these big followings. I'll be making a video if that's something that interests you guys. What's upsells and downsells? Upsells and downsells are, let's say you had a product that you were advertising, you brought that person in, and when they were about to check out, that triggered your upsell, and they were shown another product that was related to the original product. Oh, would you like this product for 20% off? And then the funnel, which you put them down, is, okay, if they say yes, then you tell them to check out. If they say no, oh, we're having a flash sale, you can also get free shipping, which would be the downsell. What app do you use for upselling? I use two, which it depends what your budget's looking like. I use Smart with a 7. I think it's called Click Bundle Upsell. It's by Devin Zander. And I use Zipify Apps by Ezra Firestone. Herify. Oh, not Herify began. Oh, Pillow Profits. Masood, it's Pillow Profits. PILLOW Profits. How do you find influencers? I'm gonna be making a video about influencer research and what I used to do it exactly. For IG, do you promote your host? No, I always promote one single product because the attention span on Instagram is pretty low and you don't have time for people to go through your whole store. You want it to be a transaction that's quick and easy. Do you add any text? I do add text to some of my images. Some of the images are super, super high quality images that I get done from these personal influencers, these big brand pages. But some of them I do add text depending on the page I use. What niches do I suggest? I can't really suggest any niches. I feel like every niche is profitable because every niche only exists because there's people making millions of dollars in that niche. So it's always up to your preference and what your research entails and what you feel like would be the best for you. Can you give three steps what to do first to start this? Okay, 3 steps to do to start. Oh, do you guys want a video? I'll make a video about how to start dropshipping business and exactly what you need to do. 1 hour influence. I recommend starting out, if your budget is low, 6 to 12 hours. You can go 6 hours because that's when the majority of the activity happens. 12 hours if you want to get those trickle-in sales, and 24 hours if you want to test the whole activity of the page. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. You can pursue a marketing degree, but I don't think that would be worth your time. So I think you should just gain a bunch of skills and try to learn from somebody that actually knows what they're doing on the side. You know what I mean? Excuse me. I use an app called TriFunnels. It's actually, I'll link everything in a video soon, actually, not recently. Hey man, I sent out like 12 Instagram messages to people, but they never reply. Be persistent. Tariq, Tariq, is it Tariq or Tariq? Be persistent. You want to send out more. Send out 20, 30 a day. That's what I was doing. That's what I'm all about. I want to give a bunch of free value. I want everybody to feel like that we're here to give them value. We don't want to take anything away from anybody. I got you, Bob. Got you, Masood. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, I'm gonna get to you. I got you. I got you, bro. Like, I'm getting so many DMs. I'm trying to get back to everybody. Jimmy, I got you. What steps do I take? I find niches that I see have a lot of potential. That's what I did. I found a niche that I felt like had a lot of potential, but was making a lot of money, but had more potential than people gave credit for. And then I just marketed. I feel like I marketed better. Like, no means am I the top dog in this niche, but I think I'm setting my footprint slowly. Have I had success with Instagram ads? I've had some success with Instagram ads. I've had a lot of success with Instagram influencers, some success with Facebook ads. I'm trying to move over to the Facebook side and the Instagram ad side, which will be helping me scale my business. I actually had a lot of mentors that range from. I don't know if he wants his name said, but yeah, I did have a lot of mentors that taught me a lot of different things. I feel like Instagram influencers are better because that's not Instagram ads are just like Facebook ads. They're ran through Facebook, so you can run ads for $5 a day and get that surprise factor. The one thing I like about Instagram influencers is because it's a warm welcome, Aaron, and it's more of a personalized feel. So if I've been following this page for 2 years, like let's say for example LeBron James posted a picture and said get this shirt, he will probably sell more than any company could in a day than anybody else. Like it's easy. Like he would say, go get this, like free shipping. Free plus shipping offer. If LeBron had a free plus shipping offer, that it would make $10 million that 10 million plus that day because it's LeBron. He's an influencer. He has influence on his audience. How can I find a mentor? It depends. You'd have to look for somebody, try to message people, try to communicate with people. You never know who might actually be willing to mentor you or not. I do have a professional template that I use to send out emails and DMs. I'll be making a video on that also. And I want you guys to comment on my videos of what you guys want to see and who you guys want to see in my videos. Like what kind of topics do you want to see? Do you guys want to see how I structure my posts? Do you guys want to see how I send out videos? I just got a text message, my bad guys. Okay. How I structure my posts, how I send out emails, what kind of photos I use. How do I find influencers, video or pictures for what pages, like how I determine all these things. Twitter is a declining platform. I haven't used Twitter much, but I know for a fact that it's oversaturated and it's hard to make money. You could make money, but it's very, very hard since it's not as targeted and it's not as loyal of an audience. How do you make a deal by doing a % of revenue with influencers? I actually have a contract that I started with when I was starting out that I'll be making a video on how to make a contract that gives influencers a percentage of revenue so you don't have no upfront costs. Okay, the best way to get in touch with me would be Instagram. Is the stream lagging? Yeah, but the best way to get in touch with me would be Instagram. You should hit me up on Instagram at @TheRealZaki. Can I hook what up, John? Maria B, my profile picture is probably me doing this and looking down at Zaki Muhammad. My biggest turning point was actually taking action and taking that next step and paying my mentor and finding an actual mentor and taking that investment. I know I was super skeptical and didn't want to buy something, but it was actually the truth. Like I actually bought something and it was what made the turning point for me. I got you. I'll be making a video. Can I hook what up? I don't know what you're talking about, John. Out of that 86K, about maybe 25, maybe 20% was Facebook ads, and the other 80 was Instagram influencers. Yeah, I do have a process on how to find Instagram influencers that will actually convert for your products, or my products, or your products, if you utilize and actually take action with what I say. Oh, the professional template. Yeah, I'll be making a video of how to do that, because I just have to outline. Like, I'd have to make it a Google Doc and how you guys could download it and all that stuff. Okay, I'll be making a video about how to find a niche and how to find influencers. A quick outline of of using IG influencers. So let's say there's this page that has 100,000 followers. I would DM them on Instagram, for example. That's be my train of communication, my way of communication. I would DM them and I would tell them that I need an Instagram influencer post or influencer shout out for 24 hours. They'd say it would cost me $100, for example. I would send them a picture, a link, and all those things, and they would post it for me. And there would be no connection to me, but they would be giving me a warm referral to their customers and their user base, which would get me sales. How many months, years? It actually almost took me 2 years a year and a half before I actually made my first dollar job. So just be persistent and keep going. The funnel app that I use, yeah, I actually put my first pages through WordPress, and then it goes through funnel app, which is the back end, but my first page is always WordPress. All the info, looking forward to everything you are going to help us. Got you. Do you have to have an amazing funnel, or how does it work? You should have a really, really good funnel, or it won't work super well, and it should look super clean. How do you convince parents that this is a legit business to trust you? To be honest, there isn't too much convincing I think you could do until you have results. My parents weren't really convinced till I had I started getting my Shopify payments were getting deposited. You know what I mean? They were always skeptical and wondering like what I was doing online in front of my computer for hours and hours throughout the day. Finding theme pages, actual people. Okay, Kiernan, finding theme pages. It's all about the research. I'll be making a video that goes over the exact research that you'll be doing. There is specific things that you should do. There are so many pages out there. People limit themselves and think that there's only X amount of pages, but there are so many pages out there. It's ridiculous. What's your niche? You would love to know, wouldn't you, Mo? Yes, your pixel will collect all of the fires. Countdown News, your pixel will collect all of the fires. The strategy that I'm going to be implementing is I have my pixel super fired up, and I'm going to be implementing that and creating lookalike audiences on Facebook, and that will turn into more sales, and I don't have to determine and find my own Instagram. I don't have to determine and find my own audiences. Jimmy, DM me. How long do you think? I think Shopify will be here forever as long as businesses online exist, because Shopify, not everybody wants to be on. Okay, I feel like there's two sides of the business. There's three actually. So there's eBay, there's Shopify, there's Amazon, right? So, for example, if you wanted to create a brand, you would go with Shopify. If you didn't want to create a brand, you just wanted to wholesale, you'd go to Amazon. And if you just wanted to resell, you'd go on eBay. So everyone has its own role. Can I do a video on how to make a funnel? Try funnel is a good funnel. Okay, I will. What's your best-selling product? I can't tell you that. You would love to know, wouldn't you, John? Most people here should know that eventually your influencers dry up, and you got to take that data. Exactly. You got it exactly. I'm getting to the point where I'm slowly trying to automate each one and train virtual assistants. So I want to scale them until they're making a sufficient amount of money where I want to profit $100,000 a month from my store. Then I'm going to put it on auto and just train and go into other businesses. There's other businesses that I'm getting involved in that you guys will know about soon. I don't buy Instagram influencers. Those will only hurt you in the long run, Casper. Make sure that you don't buy any. You could use softwares that help you grow your Instagram, which makes sense, but don't buy any. Do I implement affiliate marketing with email marketing? I do not implement affiliate marketing. I do affiliate marketing, which is another source of income. If you guys would love to know about that, I can make some videos on that and make this whole channel about business, online business in general. I have a couple sources of income, which I'll be doing my July. Actually, I'll just wait till my August because I did that July video. I'll do my August monthly income report where all my streams of income came from. What should the landing page look like? You want it to be as clean as possible and descriptive of what exactly the person is getting and what exactly they'll be seeing. What apps are you using to build email lists? I use Wheelio. Wheelio is a super good app to build your email list. How do I research products? I only have one store that does super well. I actually have a couple stores that do pretty decent, but not as well as my one key store. How do you research? How do you research? Kiernan, I actually have an amazing editor. If you guys are loving the edits that I'm doing, did you the idea of starting a dropshipping? What age? I actually had the epiphany maybe when I was 17, late 17 years old, that I wanted to get an online business, and I finally stumbled upon dropshipping. I'll be doing a video on how to find research and doing research products. What's a landing page? I want my Facebook ads are solely lookalike audiences because there was no need. My pixel data was so fired up that there was no need for me to go after cold traffic. So let me go back to John's question about how long do I think Shopify will last. So let's say Shopify is on the market. Okay, so I told you there's 3 types of online businesses, right? Excuse me. 3 types of online business. There's Amazon, marketplace-wise, the big marketplace players. Amazon, eBay, and Shopify. Shopify is that place to build a brand. For example, the biggest brands, if you guys know Kylie Jenner is in Kylie Cosmetics, she's on Shopify. That's a $13, $14, $15 million a year store, which does a million X amount units per month and per drop, and she sells out every single time, right? Then there's Amazon people that don't necessarily get to collect emails, that don't collect their brand, but are there for just the wholesale. They're there for strictly the money. They don't need the branding aspect of it. People go on Amazon for the best deals and most reliability, right? And there's eBay where people go to find things that they can't find anywhere else that me and you might have and we're willing to sell. So I feel like everybody's in their own lane, and Shopify is the leader in online brand building. So I don't think it'll ever die as long as we're doing our jobs and making money, making sales. No, I'm not in LA. I'm going to be coming to LA hopefully soon. How will a few thousand fake followers hurt me in the long run? In the long run, you'll just have fake activity, so that won't help you at all. If you're going to build anything, you want to build it naturally so it helps you in the long run. Because you want to think long term. You don't want to ever think short term. Made the biggest action that you took that made the difference between $10,000, $80,000 per month? Scaling. I actually scaled and doubled down on what was working, which a lot of people don't do. One thing I was doing was I would see a little results and I would just be satisfied with that and just wait till the next month. But now I'm scaling and double down and just like doubling down. Like I don't care if I lose money or make money. I'm just going to just repeat and double down exactly what works, you know? Facebook video ads. Can you have your own online store that you host yourself like Macy's, etc.? If you have enough money to become a brand like Macy's, you can actually do it. Or if you have a following. Dumb question. What's scaling? Scaling, no question is a dumb question as long as you're asking questions. That's what a mentor of mine told me. Scaling actually is raising, like if you want, let's say you're selling, you have a banana stand. You're selling 1 banana a day. Now you want to scale and you will have to figure out what exactly you have to do to get to 10 bananas a day. That's what scaling is. That I could reinvest in a month. I only have $400 and I'm just wondering because it's hard to get a job here that I need cash. for a cash source to supplement the business. That's what it comes down to. You should start, you should learn, find a mentor, and then you would be able to create cash flow. It's super easy to create cash flow from this kind of business. Like I'm in the stage of I want to create a brand. I want to start going into the private labeling and create a branded store, and then have my store right now as a cash flow business where it's not necessarily a brand, where it's all completely drop ship. What's my scaling process? Doubling down on what works and finding similar things to what worked. You guys got to hit me with more questions. Yep, I'm going to be expanding into private labeling. So I want to create, actually, my niche just hit the table. Okay, what's your thought on, okay, I'll get to that. Is it possible to make 10,000? Okay. Okay, can I actually start from the bottom, from $0, rock bottom? You need to have some money. I'm not going to be that guy that lies to you guys and tells you guys that you can start with zero. You could, it's possible, but you could bootstrap. I did bootstrap. I was minimal with funds when I started out, when I started seeing success, but I did lose a lot of money. So you can, if you're smart and you be a problem solver. That's what a job of an entrepreneur is. Do you see yourself expanding? Yes, I do want to expand and create brands and long-term businesses. So yes, I'm going to always be drop shipping, but I want to get out of that. And I personally want to develop my own brand. Of course, I think everybody should be developing their own brand as they go on and grow. If you only use Shopify influencers, it is more than possible to make $10,000 per month if you only use Shopify and influencers. If you think about it, let's break it down. Okay, let's get the calculator out, the famous calculator. Okay, let's say you had 10,000. You wanted 10,000. Always work backwards. You wanted $10,000 a month. Let's say you have 30 days in the week, right? You got to make 333 days, right? I mean, $333 per day throughout the month, which is how many sales? If you did a free plus shipping offer, that would be about 30 sales. And if you did 1 to 2 shout outs a day, you get where I'm coming from? It's more than possible to make $10,000 a month. More than possible. Aiden, I've been live streaming for about the last 40 minutes. I'm going to be reposting this, so you should be good. Wheelio is the email app I use. I don't know Samir Chabani personally, but I'd love to connect with him. Seems like a super dope dude. He's doing like $225,000 a month on Shopify, which is kind of crazy. Have you been live streaming? I missed most of it. Okay, got you. Books that I recommend. I don't think there's too many books on Shopify that I could recommend. Find an influencer that's related to our niche with low engagement, or an influencer with high engagement. But now, I think you should find an influencer with high engagement that is related to your niche. So the exact opposite from both. Jack Nell, I don't know what is the question mark being, bro? Can you explain your Instagram marketing process? By the way, loved your interview with Mike. Really appreciate it. I'll be making a video about my whole process that I go through with Instagram influencers. A 1.3 follower account. If you do the right product, you can make a lot of money, buddy. Desiree, you could make a lot of money. What's your dream car? My overall dream car is a Aventador SV Roadster. I'm going to be car shopping soon. If you guys would love to see some type of day-to-day vlogs, I'll be creating a separate channel for that, which you guys could subscribe to if you guys want to see vlogs and stuff like that. But I'm going to be buying a car soon. Surprise. Comment on my latest video what kind of car I should get. I'm debating between if I should get an i8, an S550, Mercedes, and a Porsche Panamera Turbo S. So those are the 3 that I think I'm in the market for and that I want to get. How do I contact influencers? DM and email. US suppliers on Shopify. How do you get US supplies? There's not too many US suppliers. You want to go with China suppliers to start out because they're a lot cheaper. I feel like money doesn't buy happiness, but money doesn't buy happiness, but money buys like commodities. And those commodities and those things that money can buy can make you happy for a certain amount of time. Can you skip the cart page? Actually, with a certain theme, there's certain themes that take you directly from the product page to the cart page. So yes, you can. Top 5 niches. There's no top 5 niches. There's every niche is a winner if you're willing to put in the work. Sure. To find one influencer, it could take 15 minutes. It could take an hour, but it depends what I'm looking for and what product that I feel like would fit best with it. You guys want a vlog? Okay, say no more. How much percentage of your profits do you reinvest back into your business? Right now, I'm investing about maybe 50 to 60% back, 50 to 60% into my business, because I personally want to grow it. I feel like if I was just wanting to stay at this 80K mark, I wouldn't have to invest anything back into it, but I do have to invest back into it now. What exactly is an influencer? An Instagram influencer is somebody with an audience catered to a following catered to a specific audience. Buy the car in full. Would you do monthly payments to use the money to invest instead of putting it all down? Bob, I'm not too sure now, so I might finance the car. I might lease the car. I'm definitely not going to buy it because that would tie up all my cash, and that wouldn't be the smart thing to do. John, I'm going to be test driving all of them. We'll probably find out. What's your niche? You would love to know, huh, buddy? A lot of customers love the free plus shipping offer. It depends what time of year you do it in. Right now I'm preparing for the Christmas time and Black Friday, so you guys should too. Okay, guys, I gotta run. We're gonna be reposting this. I'd love to see more of you guys every Wednesday. We had a solid number of 40 people, so it's kind of crazy like that 40 of you guys are practically watching me and love my content. So I love all you guys. There's no channel without you guys. You guys got to remember that. And we're going to be dropping way more content. We're going to be dropping way more value. And everybody's been loving the calls. I've been kind of like super like bugged out, but like I've been dropping crazy value. Follow me on Instagram, The Real Zachy. I actually hopped on a call with somebody, and he had sales that same day after we hopped off the call. So like, I know the price is maybe kind of expensive, but the price is going to be going up, just to let you guys know, because I feel like I wanted to see where you guys would find it at, but I feel like my time is getting more valuable as my business grows. So keep it up. As you guys get the comment, how do customers feel about 12 to 20 day shipping? You should be good. But as my business grows, I feel like my prices and the value of my time will grow too. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna be dropping content Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and live streams Wednesday. So remember that 4 days a week, you guys are gonna have content. You guys are gonna have stuff to watch. So let's get it crazy, dig. It's The Real Zachy, and we're out. Let's go.